starting lineup. First for Duke. At a guard, Johnny Dawkins, the 6'3 freshman from Washington, D.C., averaging 16 points a game. The other guard, Tom Emma, a senior from Manhasset, New York. He's giving the Devils 8 points a ball game. In the middle, Mark Allery, a 6'8 freshman from Scottsdale, Arizona, averaging a dozen points, 7 rebounds a game. David Henderson, a forward, a 6'5 freshman from Manson, North Carolina. And it won't be Jay Bryan, it'll be Jay Billis, who is a 6'8 freshman from Rolling Hills Estates, California, at the other forward. For North Carolina, here's the way the Tar Heels open. Jimmy Braddock, a 6'2 hitter from Chattanooga, at one guard. Michael Jordan, a swingman, a 6'6 sophomore from Wilmington, North Carolina, averaging 18 points a game. Brad Doherty in the middle, a 6'11 freshman out of Black Mountain, North Carolina. The newest starter, Sam Perkins, he can do it all. He's a 6'9 junior from Latham, New York. And Matt Doherty up front, a 6'8 junior out of East Meadow, New York, and that's the starting lineup for North Carolina's Tar Heels. Again, Duke and North Carolina, it is sold out, as it always is, here in Carmichael. Larry Conley, one of the great sights for college basketball, and there are the officials for today's game: Joe Forte, David Dodge, and Lou Moser. Three-man officiating crew. Remember, it's a 19-foot three-point line and a 30-second clock, except for the last 4 minutes of the game. And here's how the two teams have stacked up this year. Larry, look at the difference in the shooting percentage between Carolina at 52, their opponents at 43, and rebounds are getting 5 a game. Little story right there.
No, it really is. You take a look at North Carolina, because they've been a great shooting college basketball team for the last dozen years. They've been averaging right at 52%. Duke shooting a very respectable 49%. I tell you what, the young men have played very well. You get that kind of shooting out of 4 freshmen plus Tom Emma, you're going to have a good basketball game. But the key is how North Carolina plays them defensively. If they come out and get after them, we've got to see how the Blue Devils and their young players respond to that pressure.
Obvious that the crowd here in Carmichael is ready, and we're about to have the only jump ball of the game. There's what they've done on three-point tries. North Carolina State, the best percentage in the league. Duke and Carolina right behind them, and Duke comes up with the basketball. David Henderson.
North Carolina opens up in a man-to-man.
Dawkins gets it in the middle. Jay Billis has a shot blocked. Perkins was in there to get a hand on it along with Brad Doherty. And here comes Braddock for Carolina. Jordan, Braddock, Brad Doherty, Matt Doherty, Sam Perkins low.
Good ball movement by North Carolina. They're looking for it inside against the much smaller Devils. And they got the basket.
Brad Doherty got it. And Carolina goes up 2-0.
Dean Smith's inserted a much bigger lineup. You got Doherty and Perkins inside. Duke, no one bigger than 6'8".
Johnny Dawkins short with a drive. Brad Doherty, the freshman, clears the rebound. And Braddock's at the three-point lines to set the offense. One thing about this Carolina offense, Larry, everybody gets involved.
Yes, they do. And Duke, Krzyzewski staying with it man-to-man defense, and that's what he likes to play. Very hard-nosed, tough, helping man-to-man defense.
3-second violation against North Carolina. Duke gets it back, down 2-0. Just underway. Dean Smith talking to one of the officials. How about that career record? 481 wins and 178 losses. His 22nd year here at Carolina.
And I think the thing that's amazing is he's 7th on the winningest major college coaches list in the country. Very impressive.
Allery outside to Emma, the only senior in the starting line. Go with those 4 freshmen for Duke.
Good move, baseline.
Allery left hands it up softly. Can't get it, but was fouled. Brad Doherty not real happy about the call.
Mark Allery with a very, very strong move baseline. There's the end of it right there. He went right around Brad Doherty that time inside. Got the baseline move, almost got it in. Would have had a 3-point chance. As it is, he gets 2 shots.
Mark Allery, the 6'8 freshman from Arizona, an 81% free thrower. There's his field goal percentage, 50%. That is pretty good shooting action.
There's an amazing statistic for him in high school. He averaged almost 30 points a game and 17 rebounds. Player of the year in the state of Arizona.
Free throws up and good. 2 points for Mark Allery. And a 2-2 tie here at Carmichael Auditorium. 18:35 left in first half action. Braddock trying to kick it down low. Had 2 players there. Perkins to Matt Doherty down inside. Michael Jordan couldn't handle it. It's out of bounds and belongs to Duke.
And it was a good pass by Braddock inside. Jordan had the inside play, got the defensive player on his hip, would have gone up and it went off of his knee.
18 minutes, 22 seconds left in first half action. Emma for Duke.
Duke to this point, Fred, really has handled North Carolina's pressure, although it hasn't been really tough, hard pressure. They've just kind of let it be passive. And here's the turnover.
Jay Billis couldn't handle it. Here comes Carolina's Matt Doherty along the wing. Gets the baseline. That was Perkins. And now Braddock from three-point range, and he nails it. Jim Braddock, now 13 for 23 from three-point range this year. And it's 5-2, North Carolina by 3. Johnny Dawkins in the middle. Good pass. What a feed to Allery. Johnny Dawkins to Mark Allery.
Dawkins heads up play, drive down the middle. He got the penetration. Allery with a good offensive move, too. He got the opening and got the basket.
That Doherty turnaround jump shot is good, and Carolina leads 7-4.
That 45-second clock really has made a difference in this league. They're really moving up and down the floor.
Johnny Dawkins, bank shot, good.
Basket is by Johnny Dawkins.
They don't take much time to get the shot up. Let me correct myself, it's a 30-second. I've been operating with some other 45-second clocks.
There's so many rules and so many conferences this year. I knew what you meant. There's a lob down low. Perkins goes to work. Turnaround jumper. A little strong with the try. They can't get the rebound down, and up comes Duke. They're going to push it a little bit. Emma. Allery. Good pass. Good feed down inside. Henderson tries it twice and can't get it. There's Jay Billis up with it, and he draws a foul, and that young Blue Devil crew got after it on the offensive board that time. Michael Jordan draws his first foul.
Interesting play that time by the Blue Devils. They got the ball up the floor on the fast break, and they pushed it very, very hard. Here's Allery inside. A nice pass. Henderson just barely missed that basket. Tried it again. Good effort inside. There's Billis again. He gets it. Good offensive rebounding by the Blue Devils.
So it's Jay Billis on the line, a 6'8" freshman from Rolling Hills Estates, California. Rolling Hills High School, 60% free thrower. A little too much iron. Billis averaging 9 points, a half dozen rebounds a game.
You get the feeling watching the early going here that Duke is not at all intimidated by North Carolina or Carmichael Auditorium.
Substitution now for Duke. Dan Mahar, a 6'7" sophomore from St. Catharines, Ontario, on the floor. Billis gets a lead. Sam Perkins. Braddock. Peterson now in the game for Carolina. There's Perkins down low. Shovels it in the lane nicely, and Brad Doherty jams it home. Brad Doherty has 4 off a good feed from Sam Perkins.
The two big guys went to work. A little bit of give and go. Sam Perkins saw him moving down the lane. He got him the basketball. He got the ball. Got it in.
Johnny Dawkins down low. Mahar lobs it up. Too tall. Can't get it. And a foul on the rebound goes against Duke. Against Allery.
Whenever you have a situation where you're the outside player being boxed away from the basket, 9 times out of 10 you're going to get a foul call on you if you make an attempt to go after the basketball. Allery did that time, and the foul was called against him.
Up comes Carolina. Jim Braddock with the basketball. Perkins looking down inside. Nothing there. Back to Braddock. Doherty ran a baseline cut. Nothing there. Brad Doherty going over the head of Matt Doherty. I think he might have had the right idea. Matt Doherty was going to block out instead of shoot.
North Carolina appears to be trying to push the ball inside against a smaller Duke basketball team. And a couple of times, North Carolina has lost the basketball out of bounds.
Johnny Dawkins inside Mahar. Shovels it to Allery, who walked to the ball. They didn't quite catch it first.
It's a very tough pass to catch. You've got Mahar making a move down the lane, and he's got Allery just a couple of steps away. That's a tough pass to catch, tough to move.
We have a timeout here with 15 minutes, 57 seconds left in first half action. Our score, Carolina 9, Duke 7. This is the Raycon Jefferson Productions. Good look at Carmichael Auditorium, again sold out here today. Larry?
Brad Doherty right here down the lane on a good pass from Sam Perkins. Hard to block that shot.
Carolina's hit 4 out of 5 shots at this point of the game. Duke is 2 for 7 from the floor. This telecast is presented by the authority of the Atlantic Coast Conference and is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this game without the express written consent of the Atlantic Coast Conference is strictly prohibited. And a happy birthday to colleague Larry Conley today.
Jack Benny would have been proud of me. I reached it.
Celebrated by spending 15 hours getting here from Mobile. Matt Doherty with the basketball for Carolina. Perkins from three-point range, a little short with the try. He winds up on the deck, and Allery brings the ball away for Duke, and Duke could get it tied here.
That was a shot Perkins hit against Virginia 3 times in the first half last week in Charlottesville.
Tom Emma. Down low. Mahar, turnaround jumper, a little bit off the rim, and Perkins for the rebound.
North Carolina doing a good job on the defensive board.
Good feed. Matt Doherty to Brad Doherty, who got off balance.
Brad Doherty was going too fast, Fred. He just couldn't slow down enough.
Dawkins gets an air ball from three-point range, and Allery up trying to get it back up. Stuck the ball. He got it stuck between the rim and the backboard. You don't see it often.
And, of course, when you get it stuck like this, as you're going to see the end of the play right there, Dawkins with a shot comes up short. It sticks in the corner right there. The possession will go to Duke because it's a jump ball situation.
Carolina with the basketball with 15-11 left in the first half. 9-7, here's your score. Carolina up by 2.
They had the arrow pointing the wrong way. It went to North Carolina on the possession. Good pass inside.
Steve Hale off an outstanding feed gets his first 2 points. The 6'3 freshman from Jenks, Oklahoma. There's your score. Carolina by 4. 14:48 left in the first half. Emma. I thought Allery was going to try the three-pointer. He gets the long jumper up, doesn't get it. And a battle on the boards, and Jay Billis calls for a foul against Michael Jordan. That's the first on Billis, the second on Duke. North Carolina's been whistled for 2, and here is Mike Krzyzewski in his 3rd year as the head coach of Duke.
Here's the shot again, and again, you cannot say enough complimentary things about North Carolina screening off the board. They've done an outstanding job in denying Duke's second shots. North Carolina getting everything off of the defensive board.
Up comes Carolina, now in front by 4. That's their biggest lead so far. 14:32 left in the first half. Hale inside, Jordan, turnaround jumper, good. Michael Jordan with his first 2 points.
And Jordan got open that time by making a good fake inside, went baseline, made a turn move, came back outside, good position on the defense, got a soft pass inside and an easy shot.
North Carolina's Tar Heels with a 6-point lead. Emma, Bill Jackman, another freshman for Duke in the lineup now. Dawkins, baseline. Billis couldn't get it. The shot's blocked. Perkins takes it away. And up comes Carolina with a 6-point lead. Hale, Michael Jordan in the lane. Off balance, shot is good. It's going to count. He was fouled.
Oh, what a move by Michael Jordan. Right side of the lane, he got the pass, saw the opening, took advantage of it, threaded his way between 2 Duke defenders, got inside and got the basket. Watch this move right here. Nice move to avoid the charge and then draw the foul and get the basket. Good concentration. That's why he's a potential All-American candidate.
Here comes a crowd favorite in the ball game. Warren Martin. Let's go back to the other end. There was a Perkins block.
North Carolina doing a good job on the defensive board and also on their defense. Good pressure, good help. They're denying Duke the basketball, and they're really giving Duke problems on their shooting. They're not getting real good shots. They've got a hand in their face every time they go up to the basket.
There's Jordan, a 6'6 sophomore. His shot that put the winning points on the board in the NCAA championship game last year, and he's won 2 games in the last minute this year. One with a block against Chuck Rozelle in the last second against Maryland. 16-7 now. North Carolina by 9.
Good defensive maneuver right here by North Carolina. Look at the good pressure they're putting on Duke. Good switch right there by Jordan.
A nice shot by David Henderson off the right wing. A 6'5 freshman out of Manson, North Carolina. His first 2 points.
Michael Jordan.
That was straight. And it's 19-9 Carolina.
Jordan gets 3.
We played almost 7 minutes of this basketball game, and to this point, North Carolina is playing outstanding, both defensively and offensively.
Emma too strong with a try. Martin clears the rebound. Steve Hale pushes it up for North Carolina.
And again, no second shots for Duke.
Buzz Peterson. 3, Buzz Peterson. Hits a three-pointer, and it's 22-9. North Carolina up by 19. And Larry Conley with that three-point rule, you really get some quick swings in a basketball game.
You really do, and the thing about it is we watch Duke take one right here.
Henderson misses. Billis may have been pushing off on the rebound.
Matt Doherty checks in.
It changes the complexion of the game, the three-point goal does. And of course, the ACC, with the distance they have, really have a lot of shooters who are able to score at that range. There are a lot of talented athletes in this conference who can go out that far and shoot it extremely well. Here's the shot again, and again, North Carolina with the rebound. It'll come off late. They didn't get the rebound to push that time. Was Balas inside. North Carolina gets the ball.
Jay Billis has his second personal foul, 22-9. Carolina in front of Duke with 12:35 left in the first half.
North Carolina 3 of 4 on three-point attempts. Duke has yet to make one.
That's Matt Doherty in the circle. The shots are rounded in. Well, wait a minute. They're going to take it away.
Novak
disallowed the goal.
I have not seen a sign why, but the basket was taken away from Carolina, and Dean Smith did not disagree with the call. Still 22-9 North Carolina with 12-19. There's the shooting percentages so far. Duke cold, Carolina hot. Johnny Dawkins. Balance, miss, and Perkins scares the rebound. Hale's going to bring it up. Hale against Dawkins at the three-point line. Perkins, Matt Doherty.
Duke in a good man-to-man right now. Here goes North Carolina inside.
3-second violation. Warren Martin was in the lane too soon. And Duke gets it back, still down by 13 with 11:58 left in the first half. We have a timeout here at Carmichael Auditorium. Our score, North Carolina 22, Duke 9, and we'll be back right after this. Auditorium with 11:58 left in the first half. North Carolina has opened a 22-9 lead. There's the story on the scoreboard. And Larry, up above it is the 30-second clock, one of the new experiments in college basketball this year. They're playing it in the ACC, all but in the last 4 minutes of a game when they shut it off. So if you've built a lead with 4 minutes to go, you've earned the right to protect it, is the thinking of the ACC people.
Well, I think it's a good rule. The 30-second clock is plenty of time to get a decent shot off, and I think these players do that extremely well. They come down and they look for their shots. They know they've got the full 30 seconds. They take advantage of it.
That 30 seconds hasn't been threatened so far today. They're well within 30 when they've been letting it go. Emma's shot won't drop. Big, strong rebound by David Henderson. And it was Allery that got it. Mark Allery got it back and put it in off the deflection. He has a half dozen points.
And that time Duke was able to get a second and third shot, and Allery did get the ball down.
22-11 North Carolina. At the baseline, Peterson.
On a good pass from Hale. That time Duke came back and gave Carolina a little bit of their own medicine with good pressure defense. And right here you see the run and jump. You got two guys coming after the ball. The other three try and cover the open passing lane. And Duke threw it away.
Michael Jordan and Brad Doherty.
Michael Jordan, Brad Doherty back on the floor. Warren Martin will sit down. And so will Matt Doherty from North Carolina. Dean Smith runs them in and out of there. He has fresh people on the floor all the time. It's always been a trademark of this team. North Carolina's been finished with 8 assists. Duke with only 1. And Brad Doherty slammed it back home, and he has 6.
On a miss by Jordan, Doherty followed the basketball up and got the stuff. North Carolina just doing a great job on the boards on both ends.
They are just playing well in every phase of the game. Jimmy Black. Johnny Dawkins. Jimmy Black is long gone from the scene. Johnny Dawkins. And Carolina turns it over. Johnny Dawkins pushes it up again. He can get it up the floor. Emma.
Oh, what a great steal by Jordan. Good hands.
The foul's going to go against Michael Jordan. Now, Larry, in a normal situation, the defensive player has to give the offensive player room to make a move after he catches the ball. But here's a exchange of the basketball.
There you see the end of the play right there. Jordan had the basketball. It was a clean swipe, and he was going the other way. Henderson just set up and was able to draw the charge. I think he had enough room. The official made the right call.
Michael Jordan now has 2 personal fouls. Carolina has 3. 2, 4. Now Duke turns it over again on Jordan. I don't know if he intended to dunk it, and if he's changed his mind at the last minute. At any rate, he misses.
I think the Duke player threw him off a little bit. He missed his timing. He had a chance to go up with it, and the Duke player just kind of threw him off.
We're midway in the first half. 9:55 left in the first half. 26-11, North Carolina. Perfect.
Well, Duke is missing terribly on their shots right now. North Carolina doing a good job of switching defenses. They come at him with a lot of different looks.
Michael Jordan has 11 points in the first half of this game. It's 29-11, North Carolina.
Look at North Carolina's defense here. Now they come up and jump. You see Perkins and Braddock out front on Dawkins. They find the man in the middle, spread the ball out to the other side. You've got to keep Carolina spread on this type of defense so you can find those passing lanes. You can't throw it over Sam Perkins' head.
Lob was intended for Dawkins. Couldn't get it. Jordan has it. Braddock for 3.
Oh, they're burning them now. They are really shooting the ball well.
Braddock has 6 points on a pair of 3-point goals. And Mike Krzyzewski has to get a timeout here and does. With 9 minutes, 14 seconds left in first half action. Our score, North Carolina 32, Duke 11.
You know, every time I bite into
14 left in the first half. There's your score. Carolina getting away from Duke. It is 32-11. North Carolina. Fred White along with Larry Conley. And Larry, what a spectacular exhibition this Carolina club is putting on.
Well, you're going to have to look at both ends of the floor to get an explanation for the reason in that score. You look at 32 points for North Carolina, and there's the reason. Shooting 68%. Duke shooting 20%, but a lot of that has to be given credit to North Carolina's defense. They've done an outstanding job of running and jumping, double-teaming the basketball, and just generally disorienting the whole Duke Blue Devil offense.
Sorry, I asked you at the beginning of the telecast if you're Mike Krzyzewski, what do you tell the kids with 4 freshmen starting here in this storied building? Well, now if you're Mike Krzyzewski, there's Alary's shot blocked. How do you keep your club in this game? There, Duke gets it right back. David Henderson.
Just keep playing. You cannot give up. Just stay with what you're trying to do. You try to make some observations about this. North Carolina coming out with such a tough defense. There's a good chip in right there.
Jay Billis gets his 3rd point. Chip England is in the game for Duke. There's a story there. We'll tell you about it. Doherty hits it. He was fouled, and the basket's going to count. Matt Doherty gets 2 and is 34-13. Dean Smith, the Carolina coach. Bill Guthridge, assistant to your left.
I'll tell you what, you just can't shoot the basketball much better than what they've shot here in the first half. It's just been awesome the way they've shot.
It's incredible. They're in every kind of a shot, except layups. They haven't had many of those. Haven't needed them. Matt Doherty looking for his 5th point.
Fred, to finish an earlier thought, Duke really needs to get down and get up against this North Carolina defense and just keep running their stuff. Even though North Carolina gives them a different look on defense each time, this time it looks like a straight man-to-man. Duke needs to make some adjustments and compensate, and now they've got another turnover.
Mark Alary turns it over. Here's Buzz Peterson checking in for North Carolina. Cecil Exum will take a seat. Michael Jordan ready to re-enter the Carolina lineup. Jim Braddock for the Tar Heels. Brad Doherty.
Duke off a little bit now, trying to give some help inside against this taller North Carolina team. Good pressure on the ball. Try to help inside, but they can't stop that.
Brad Doherty has 8. The 6'11 freshman makes it 36-13 North Carolina. 8 minutes and 2 seconds left in the first half here in Chapel Hill.
Good double team right there, and Duke handled it well.
England from long range didn't get it. And Brad Doherty clears the rebound. There's Alary with a steal. A little quick story on England, Larry. He had not played in the last 4 games. He just simply hadn't been playing well. And here's a guy who was 6th in the ACC in scoring last year. There's a walk. David Henderson turns it over.
Michael Jordan, Sam Perkins.
Now Michael Jordan and Sam Perkins back on the floor. John Brownlee and Buzz Peterson sit down. There's Mike Krzyzewski, the Duke coach.
And that's a look of frustration right there. All you got to do is keep encouraging these kids. You know, you don't let down on them. You got to keep after them and say, hang in there, keep playing, keep playing. This is a good basketball team we're playing. We're going to get better, and they will.
Boy, what you don't want, there's some turnovers in the game. There have been a lot of them. What you don't want is your young team to get destroyed mentally. Michael Jordan short with a try, and England clears the rebound. Shovels to Dawkins. Dawkins takes the 2-pointer and is too strong. Do a line drive up the wooden stick, and Sam Perkins brings it out. Kicks it up to Braddock for Carolina. Taken back. Here comes England, and he's fouled by Sam Perkins. First foul on Perkins.
I think if Sam had that back to do over again, he probably would have backed up to the basket and just simply let him come on in and maybe play him. You'll see Braddock right here make the bad pass. There we go the other way. England's got the basketball, and he had Braddock right there on one side. All Perkins had to do was just get back and cover the basket. He made the foul.
That's the 14th foul called against North Carolina. Warren Martin back on the floor for North Carolina.
Now you see North Carolina going into somewhat of a 2-3 zone. Now they come out of it. Now they come back and trap again. Out front you see Patterson and Braddock right there getting after it.
Look at the way Alary just came to meet the ball. Billis in trouble, gets it back to Dawkins. He's going to shoot the jumper out of the circle and gets it. Johnny Dawkins has 4 points, 36-15, Carolina by 21.
Fred, if they're going to make this respectable, Dawkins needs to have a little bit hotter first half.
Foul down in the lane. That one's called against Bill Jackman, the freshman from Grant, Nebraska. There it is.
You see Perkins coming inside with the basketball right there. Jordan with a good, strong post position. North Carolina does an awfully good job of that. Once they get the ball inside, boy, they're just really, really tough to stop.
16 foul.
Team fouls so far. Duke 6, North Carolina 4. The Tar Heels will be shooting 1-on-1 at the next foul committed by Duke. 6:46 left in the first half. Carolina doing everything well. Murray, I can't think anybody in the country is playing any better than North Carolina right now.
Not right now. And, of course, they've got UCLA at the top of the polls right now. But I'll tell you what, playing North Carolina the way they're playing right now, they give them all they want.
Michael Jordan trying to get it to Perkins, threw it a little bit wide, and it's out of bounds, belongs to Duke.
Now you see North Carolina a little bit different look this time. Braddock out in front, picking up man-to-man. Here they come across. Good double team right there by Doherty.
How about that score? Wake Forest by 18 over NC State today. England's tip won't go down. Big battle for the rebound, and it belongs to Duke. And I think an official changed his mind in midstream as you look at Mike Krzyzewski, who got the call.
I think he couldn't decide which way to point, and he says, well, it's going to be Duke's ball.
Rebounds so far in this game. Sam Perkins with 6, Doherty with 5. Those two alone have 11, and Duke as a team has 9.
Wake Forest still is undefeated in the Atlantic Coast Conference, and they're tied with North Carolina, the only other undefeated team in this league.
They're just very quietly having a real good season. Everybody a little shocked when William and Mary took them apart the other night, but they came right back. 36-16. Carolina leading Duke by 21. 6:09 left in the first half. Michael Jordan, Sam Perkins for 3. Good.
He says, give me the basketball. I'll do it inside for you. I'll do it outside. I'll pass it for you. I'll rebound. I'll block shots. Fred, I'm going to give him one of my votes for All-American first team and maybe even player of the year the way he's playing right now.
You know what? He is 7 for 9 on 3-point tries this year. That's his first points of the ball game, and he's had a good game. He just hasn't bothered to score yet. Dawkins short with a try. They're going to have to get him going. Braddock for Carolina.
Look at Braddock look at the floor. He came up, found out where everybody was, took care of the basketball, got it to Jordan on the right side, didn't get it down.
Jay Billis clears the rebound for Duke to Johnny Dawkins. Dawkins and Emma at the guards. Billis, Allery, and Jackman up front right now.
Duke's still trying to push the ball inside to their guys. But they've got inside Doherty, and they've got Perkins to contend with. Two guys that are much bigger than anybody the Blue Devils have on the floor.
5 minutes, 11 seconds left in first half action. Dawkins, no good. Billis trying to save the rebound. Jackman's there to clear it. Duke still has it. England off balance, kicks it to Dawkins inside. Tried to throw it to Jackman on the wing, and he did not throw it away. It was handled by North Carolina. Apparently, Duke has the basketball back. Krzyzewski's going to make another substitution with 5 minutes left in the first half.
Looks like Steve Ailes coming in for Jimmy Braddock for North Carolina.
There are 3-point shots in this game. 6 for 8 North Carolina. Duke has yet to ring the bell in 4 tries.
I don't know what the NCAA record for his field goal shooting is in the first half, but I'll guarantee you Carolina's closing in on it.
Turnaround shot by Mark Allery, and he is fouled by Brad Doherty. How about the way Allery changed hands of the ball and got it up so nice and soft left-handed?
And he went against a much bigger player, Brad Doherty, right here. You see him make the good, strong move, take it up with the left hand. I tell you what, he's going to be a fine player. He is a good freshman. He's one of those just hard-plugging kids who works hard all the time.
One thing Duke has is some big freshmen who can put it on the floor and handle it.
All they need now is just maybe another guard and a big guy to play with, and I tell you, they'll be a contender.
And they have him coming. They've signed him.
I know they got the kid out of Columbus, Ohio, Martin Nestle, the 7'2" kid at 260. He'll fit in well with this group.
Mark Allery gets them both. And on the other side of the floor today, you have a Brad Doherty who's only 17 years old, playing a major role for North Carolina.
Exactly.
Matt Doherty lobs down inside to Sam Perkins, and it's out of bounds to Duke. Duke down by 22. It's 39-17. North Carolina with 4:43 left in the first half. Dean Smith in the Carolina bench.
I think Dean Smith was a little vocal about that call right there. He felt like his man was pushed out of bounds.
Emma. Jackman. Down low. Nahar back to Allery, and a nice layup.
That time North Carolina went to a zone defense. It's sort of a 2-3, and Duke found the opening or the seam, and they got the ball inside.
Mark Allery has 10. It's 39-19 North Carolina. Hale trying to get it inside to Brad Doherty. Perkins trying to save it. England comes up with it for Duke, and here come the Blue Devils on the move. Emma. England. Nahar back in the middle, Allery. Emma. And Jackman got lost in the offense, and now Duke turns it over.
Michael Jordan won.
That time they tried to get it to Mahar inside. It was good defense that time by Doherty.
And we have a timeout taken here at Carmichael Auditorium in Chapel Hill with 3:59 left in the first half. North Carolina leads Duke 39-19. And we'll be back after this message from Natural Light. The North Carolina cheerleaders. Again, it is sold out. There's the situation. 3:59 left in the half. North Carolina leading Duke by 20. Now, Larry, your Duke, you've got it steadied up a little bit at least. Shooting percentage is telling a big story. Look at Carolina, 70%, Duke 25%. If you're Krzyzewski, you got to hope now that maybe your club can make a little run and tighten it up a little bit more at halftime, and then you have something positive to talk about.
Well, hopefully you get it to 10 or 12, and with your clock, you've got 30 seconds in this league. You get a chance to get that lead down.
Matt Doherty strong with a three-point try. Chip England, Tom Emma. I tell you what, Carolina's 70% shooting percentage is legit, too. They have not been shooting a lot of layups. Ball contested, and it'll belong to Duke on the possession off the held ball. I still want to call it a jump ball. It's not a jump ball anymore, is it?
We just found out the Atlantic Coast Conference record for field goal percentage in a half is 72.7%, held by North Carolina against East Tennessee in 1970. So they've got a shot at it.
They were at 71% at the last stop, then missed their first shot in this half.
Let me correct that. That's a North Carolina record for a half, not the Atlantic Coast Conference. But they're closing in on that record.
It's got to be pretty close to the conference record if it isn't it. Allery, there's your center outside shooting from that range and missing, and there's a foul call against Warren Martin of North Carolina. His first. Team foul number 6 on North Carolina. Substitution for Duke.
Fred, if you're a basketball team and you're down 20 points, as we said earlier, what you'd like to do is try to get it down to 10 or 12 before you go in at halftime. But North Carolina, on the other hand, is thinking the same thing. They're going to take an opportunity here now to go to the zone defense. Let's see if they switch and stay in that zone. No, they're double teaming out of it. Look at them come out of the defense. Duke does a good job of getting inside.
Mahar to Billis along the baseline, blocked by Warren Martin. And here comes Carolina. Hale against Dawkins, 2, and he was fouled. It's going to count. The freshman, Steve Hale. And it happened off a Warren Martin block at the other end of the floor, and look at the crowd appreciating it.
I think it's very, very difficult for Duke to try to keep pushing this ball inside against a taller Carolina team. Good break by Hale right here. Good extension right there on his layup. He got around, he drew the foul, and good concentration to get it to go down.
Hey, Larry, he not only blocked it, he blocked it as accurately as some guys can pass it right to his man. Hale misses the free throw, and Duke has the basketball down 41-19. 2:54 left in the first half. Carolina has done it all in the first half of this game.
Look at Hale chasing out front. Now he gets help from Martin. There's the opening in the middle. They got it to Emma, who got it inside.
And Billis gets the shot down. He was fouled. The basket's going to count.
Whenever you have a defense that comes out in double teams like that, it's going to free somebody, and usually the opening's going to be in the middle. And here's where it went. Emma with the basketball got it to Billis baseline. He turned, got a good ball fake, got fouled on the top of the head, and got the basket. The opening in that kind of defense is always going to be in the middle. You're going to find that when you come out to double team.
Emma turned down a pretty good shot. Billis free throw, in and out. Perkins clears the rebound for North Carolina, and the Tar Heels bring it up, leading by 20 with 2:35 left in the first half. Doherty, three-point try misses. Jay Billis for Duke with the rebound. Up to Tom Emma. Blue Devils get it back to Billis. Down the lane, lays it up. He's fouled. Warren Martin was the man in there that committed a foul.
That looked like more of a slow break than a fast break. You see Billis coming in right there. He gets the basketball and just kind of floats around inside there. Here comes Martin. There comes Perkins. It could have been called on either one.
Larry, they really love Warren Martin. We'll talk about in a minute.
You see Billis right there going for the layup. Got two big guys coming after him.
Warren Martin leads the game. Now, he's really a crowd favorite here in Chapel Hill. And over here the other night against NC State, he got 3 dunks in the second half, and the crowd just almost tore this place down in celebration.
I'll tell you the thing I find interesting about that young man, Warren Martin, is the fact he wants to join the space program upon graduation. I think we better call NASA and tell them to get their uniforms extended.
Well, he's 6'11". Look at the size of him as he talks to assistant coach Bill Guthridge, and I don't know if he wants to be an astronaut, but he wants to be in the space program, and either way, they don't have a space suit or a space capsule that could fit him right now. 41-22. North Carolina. A whistle blowing and a foul in the lane. That was whistled against Danny Mahar. First on Mahar. And that will result in free throws for North Carolina with 2:16 left in the first half.
You know, since early in the year when North Carolina dropped those 3 early season losses, so we see with 2:16 left here to go in the first half, they really have come on and sort of found their basketball team, which we talked about at the top of the show. You've got to form a new basketball team, especially after you win a national championship and you lose 2 key basketball players like Black and Worthy. And it looks like they found it, Fred. They found the right ingredients, and these kids are starting to really play together well.
Matt Doherty's free throw, in and out. Rebounded by Jay Billis, one of the Duke freshmen. Johnny Dawkins, another freshman, brings it up. We really haven't seen the quickness of Dawkins yet in this basketball game. Carolina doing a great job on defense of getting back and not letting him use that quick. Volleyball game in the lane, and Matt Doherty comes out with it. 1:58 left in the half. Peterson's shot wouldn't go, and here comes Duke. Michael Jordan had it and lost it.
One of the rare inside misses for the Tar Heels.
Emma Dawkins. And now Matt Doherty called for a personal foul as he and Danny Mahar got tangled up inside. Matt Doherty commits his first foul. That'll put Danny Mahar on. Well, there's Chip England again. He hadn't seen action the last 4 teams, but getting some playing time today as you look at the Duke bench. And all you can ask for, Larry, is get your playing time and then go out and give it your best shot when you're in that situation. Here's Mahar, the youngster from St. Catharines, Ontario.
I think it might give you some idea of Mike Krzyzewski's thought for the future when you stop to think about a player like Chip England, who was the 6th leading scorer in the ACC last year. And he also led the ACC in free throw percentage with an 87%. He's got a youth movement going, and he's going to bring the young players in and build his program. He's been there 2 years. He's in his 3rd year right now. He's committed to bringing these young players along and building for the future.
Duke within 17 if they could get a rebound. Better basket or two. Well, who knows? Hale misses. There's the miss. Here's the rebound. David Henderson pushes it up for Duke. Outside Emma. England hit it in on the post to Billis. He's going to kick it back out. Emma for 3. England for 3, and he got it. And all of a sudden, Duke's back within 14. England hits the 3-pointer.
You get it to 10 or 12 when you go out at halftime, you're in good shape. They've got a little over a minute to play.
So once 23-point lead is now at 14, and there's a foul against North Carolina, and Duke's going to get the ball again. Billis is out, and Anderson in for Duke.
Duke has scored 8 unanswered points against North Carolina right now. They stay with their pattern. You know, they really haven't given up. They keep going inside. They keep trying to take it to North Carolina. And I think that big lead may have let them relax a little bit. North Carolina, I'm talking about.
Chip England gets the free throw after Cecil Exum fouls him. That's now 41-28. And look here, Duke could be within a dozen if England gets this free throw down. Well, when you get a lead like that, you still have to pay attention.
Well, I think the thing that makes it interesting is the fact that 3-point goal really makes big leads almost insignificant. You know, if you used to have an 18-point lead, it's not really big anymore because those 3-point goals can get you back very quickly.
Chip England now 21 for 21 at the free throw line this year. Duke within a dozen of Carolina. 54 seconds left in the half. Doherty, Exum, off balance, kicks it back to Hale. Now to Perkins. 9 seconds left on the shot clock. Hale's going to try it and banks it in.
Good shot by the young freshman, Hale. He got it about 12 or 15 feet out on the left side there and got it down. That helped North Carolina and gathered their momentum back. Good trapping defense by North Carolina right there, Fred.
England and Emma, a pair of seniors on the floor now. Maybe the experience is helping here. Emma's going to try for 3. Got it. Tom Emma has 3, and it's 43-32.
They've outscored him 13-2 now in the last couple of minutes.
Now they're within 11. Now this has to be a big lift for Mike Krzyzewski and Duke as they go in at halftime. And there's a turnover with 5 seconds left in the half. And look at the Duke bench, how excited they are across the way. And Larry, even if they can't score in the last 5 seconds, to go in down by 11 if they do that is quite a feat for this young team.
Got it from 20-11. Let's watch it.
England at midcourt. He wants to uncork it. Off balance does, and he almost knocked it down, but not quite. But what a comeback by Duke as they were down by 23 points at one time in this first half. Those young Blue Devils have chopped that lead more than in half. At halftime here at Carmichael Auditorium in Chapel Hill, it is now Carolina 43, Duke 32, and we'll be back with halftime right after the... after leading by 23 earlier. Let's go now to Brenda Hughes and a look at this past week's ACC women's basketball matchups. UNC upset number 19 North Carolina State, and Maryland beat Duke in Durham. In the North Carolina with an 11-point lead over Duke. It is North Carolina 43 and Duke 32 before a sellout crowd here in Chapel Hill this afternoon. Again, Duke has come from 23 back to close within 11, and we'll be back with more halftime activities after this message from Bush. Both ball clubs are coming back on the floor here at Carmichael. Again, there's your halftime score. The Tar Heels with the 11-point lead over Duke. And we will be back with the start of the second half right after this.
Only by the new Chrysler.
Fred White and Larry Conley in Chapel Hill, where North Carolina has the 43-32 lead over Duke. And Larry, every game and every sport will have a bunch of surges. The momentum will change from one team to the other team, and here today it's really changed. And let's take a look at the halftime statistics. North Carolina's shooting percentage dropped 10% in the last couple of minutes.
Well, I'll tell you the encouraging factor that Mike Krzyzewski is living with right now is the fact that his club shot 27% in the first half, and he's only down right now by 11 points. Where would he have been had he been able to shoot a normal 45 to 50% game? He'd been right in the middle of it. You see the free throws right there, 76 and 25. North Carolina not doing very well at the free throw line. Rebounding, Duke with the lead with a smaller club.
Turnovers just about even. And there are the three-point shots, and Carolina outshot them by 4 from the three-point line. Larry, not only shoot 27% and be down by 11 at halftime, but do it on the road against North Carolina.
No, that's correct. And I think one of the things that we have to notice also, we skipped over turnovers, but that's an excessive amount of turnovers for both clubs in the first half.
28 total in the first half. Mark Allery leads Duke with 10 points. Jay Billis has a half dozen. England has 5. His first appearance after 4 games on the bench. Came out and played a role in that comeback in the first half. Dawkins, Emma, Henderson, and Mahar for Duke.
A quick mention of Johnny Dawkins with 4 points. He was 2 of 9 from the field, and that really hurt Duke in the first half.
Well, they're going to have to get him in the offense. Carolina scoring. Jordan has 11. Doherty 8. That is Brad Doherty. Jimmy Braddock has a half dozen. So does Hale. And Peterson has 5. Matt Doherty 4. And Sam Perkins, who really didn't, he was in the offense, involved, but mostly in a passing role, didn't shoot much, only has 3 points.
And we've noticed a little bit more balanced scoring out of North Carolina this year as opposed to what they had last year. Of course, in this case, Jordan and Doherty on top with 11 and 8, but that's pretty balanced scoring for the North Carolina 5.
So again, Duke, after being down by as many as 23, within 11, Carolina will have the possession to open the second half, and here we go, the second half at Carmichael Auditorium in Chapel Hill. And the Tar Heels trying to put it back together again.
Whether Mike Krzyzewski is second or in the halftime, he's got to tell his club, just do what you did the last 4 minutes.
Michael Jordan quickly gets the Tar Heels back on the right track. He now has 13 points, and it's Carolina with a 13-point lead. 19 minutes and 39 seconds left in the basketball game. Johnny Dawkins.
Duke's going to come out and assert themselves right now. They've got to show North Carolina they're going to come out and play well here in the second half. Jordan got the first basket. Let's see if Duke gets it.
Allery. Mark Allery has a dozen. Well, he's 6'8", a freshman, can do it inside or outside. Look at your points from both places. 45-34. Matt Doherty.
Duke's defense is rather passive right now. They're playing a man-to-man, but they're really slacking off. They're giving good weak side help, but they're trying to counteract the inside play of North Carolina because they're really taking them in and trying to post up inside.
Matt Doherty. Sam Perkins. Pass deflected out of bounds.
Let's see if Duke goes out with their zone defense against North Carolina. Most of the college basketball teams do, but not right now. You're going to see them playing man-to-man.
Only 5 seconds left on the shot clock here for North Carolina. They're going to get it up fast. In the lane, it goes to Jordan. That's fast enough. How do you like that for fast?
Michael Jordan hit a little spin move. Most guys just catch it and go up with it. He's got to give you a little bit of a 360 before he does his.
47-34, and Duke turns it over. Perkins to Jordan, and on Dawkins, and we're going to have a blocking foul against Johnny Dawkins.
And not a bad move that time by Johnny Dawkins. Get the foul out on the floor. Don't give Jordan an opportunity to go in and jam it again on you because it can really demoralize your second half start here if you get 2 of them.
Here's Michael Jordan saying, look, guys, I don't have a lot of time.
Good pivot. Good move inside right there. Look at him, Sky. Boy, can he get up.
6'6" sophomore from Wilmington. Lady High School, what a player. Terry Holland, Virginia coach, calls him the best swing man in college today, and he's just a sophomore. Carolina by 13, and they have the basketball with 18:32 left in the game. Brad Doherty.
Duke's getting into that same situation they ran in the first half. They let North Carolina get a run on them and got up so far, and now they've let North Carolina come again. North Carolina with a good play outside double team. That time Jordan tried to steal it from Emma. Emma saved it and moved the ball around the perimeter.
Dawkins. Emma tries to move on Jordan. Nothing there. Jordan seals him off twice at the baseline, and now Perkins bangs the ball off Valerie. Duke turns it over. What defense by North Carolina.
I want to tell you what, that was outstanding defense. Not only did they do a good job of double teaming, but inside when Emma got the basketball, North Carolina recovered, and Krzyzewski trying to tell the official right there that he thought he had a foul. Says, no, I don't think so. It's North Carolina's ball.
And he's telling Tom Emma, go tell the official something for me. We have time out here at Chapel Hill with 18 minutes and 8 seconds left in our game. Our score, North Carolina 49, Duke 34. We're back right after this. Red White, Larry Conley. There's the final. Maryland gets Notre Dame by a point, 68-67. Lefty's crew coming up with a win over Diggersbudge. And Virginia over Clemson, 108-87. And Wake Forest, also a winner today in ACC action. And here again in Chapel Hill, 49-34. North Carolina leading Duke with 18:08 left in the basketball game.
And Duke on the verge of letting North Carolina get that lead back that they had in the first half. They've got to shut them down. Let's see if Duke can do it. Good man-to-man defense right now by Duke. Watch North Carolina try to go inside. You get the ball inside, you got Doherty and Perkins. Perkins back outside.
That lead at one time was 23 points. And then Duke got back within 11 at halftime. And there's Buzz Peterson. 3-point shot and it's 42-34. Buzz Peterson now has 8 points for North Carolina. Now the lead's at 18 again.
North Carolina, good man-to-man defense, a good switch that time, and instead of switching, they double team and stayed with it, and a steal by Brady.
Dawkins trying to get it back, does. Now he's two-time, and we've got a foul against North Carolina. That goes against Buzz Peterson. The first on Peterson.
Comes in for Carolina. The foul is on Buzz.
That's an interesting defensive concept. You see right there the double team, and there's Braddock with the steal. He gets it, tries to slap it back. Dawkins comes up with the basketball, and then the two North Carolina defenders try to pin him inside. Peterson commits the foul with the right leg.
Johnny Dawkins. Second half shooting. Duke 1 for 1. Carolina 4 for 4. Duke just isn't getting any shots. David Henderson.
Good pass inside.
Shove inside, and he's fouled. Jay Billis trying to get the shot away, was fouled by Sam Perkins.
Fred, you get a little gun shy and somewhat tentative inside when you got a guy like Perkins and Doherty inside waiting for that basketball every time you let go of it. Good fake by Henderson. He got Perkins up in the air, or Doherty there. Perkins waiting to block the shot. Instead, commits the foul.
For 2 shots.
Has 7 points in this basketball game. 52-35. North Carolina with 17-11 left in the game. That one's in and out. Brad Doherty spears the rebound. Clears to Braddock. On up to Matt Doherty. And down inside to Jordan. And the shot is good. Michael Jordan has 17.
He's the only man I know that can stay up in the air long enough to decide whether he's going to just lay it up or stuff. And that's what he did that time. He just laid it up. And a steal by North Carolina.
But it's off the foot of Brad Doherty and goes back to Duke.
A good teaching technique that Mike Krzyzewski does with his Duke Blue Devils is that once the ball goes inside, the first thing they do automatically is give a good ball fake. That way guys who are in a position of usually blocking shots have an opportunity to get the guy in the air and maybe take advantage of the fake.
Carolina knocks it loose again. Brad Doherty comes up with it. Braddock for 3. Too strong. And a foul called against Bill Jackman of Duke. That is his second personal foul.
Here's Braddock's shot on the break inside. You see the players fighting for position inside on the rebound. Jackman commits the foul right there against Michael Jordan.
54-35. North Carolina, 16 minutes and 38 seconds left in our basketball game in Chapel Hill.
Oh, what a quick move.
Michael Jordan, and he has 19.
I'll tell you what, that's as quick a move as you want to see. He got the big first quick step, and he flew right by the Duke defender, and he stuffed it again.
Oh, he has really got the crowd into it now here in Carmichael. 56-35, Carolina, 16-15 left in the game. Allery's blocked. Carolina is just doing it all. The Tar Heels are singing the song here in Carmichael right now at both ends of the floor.
Fred, the thing about North Carolina is that right toward the end of the first half, I thought they lost their concentration a little bit. And I guess Coach Smith thought so, too, because they come out and really played well during the second half.
Allery to Dawkins. Emma to Dawkins. Emma looked at Allery, couldn't get it. 18 seconds left in the shot clock.
And North Carolina in a little bit of a 2-3 zone, a little more of a 2-1-2. You see Doherty in the middle right there.
Allery is fouled by Brad Doherty. The third on Brad Doherty. 15:53 left in this contest.
I don't think Doherty agreed with this foul right here. You see the move right here inside. He got him on the arm. Looks like Perkins might have gotten a good block, too, if he'd let the ball go.
That puts Mark Allery on the free throw line, the 6'8 freshman from Scottsdale, Arizona. 4 for 4 on the line with a dozen points in the game and an 81% free throw shooter.
Yeah, that's a real formidable defense when you've got a guy the size of Brad Doherty and Sam Perkins inside. Two guys who can just stand in there and block shots on you. It really creates a problem when you're smaller and you go inside. You've got to utilize the ball fakes when you can. If they don't take them, it really puts the pressure on them.
14 points now for Mark Allery. Michael Jordan has sparked this surge for North Carolina. He's 4 for 4 from the floor in the second half. 15:45 left in the game. North Carolina leading by 19. Let's watch him work. There's Sam Perkins.
You're going to have a great night shooting, at least field goal percentage, when you get that kind of shot.
Larry, it's one thing to say Sam Perkins only has 5 points in this game. Sam Perkins hasn't had to score. He has really played well in other phases of the game. Duke stepped on the out-of-bounds strike. Mike Krzyzewski thinks his man was bumped out of bounds and is telling the official so. There's Dean Smith on the Carolina bench. There's Mike Krzyzewski, the Duke coach.
Duke back in the man-to-man defense, and North Carolina just running that passing game, screening. Watch Perkins make a move. Jordan again. Nothing but layups, Fred. That's all they're getting.
21 for Michael Jordan. Look at the crowd. And Carmichael enjoying it. North Carolina 60, Duke 37. Carolina playing to perfection. Mahar too strong with the try. Allery got hit in the head with a rebound try. Doherty picks it up. If it can go wrong, it is going wrong for Duke right now. Vice versa, Carolina. Braddock misses. Perkins goes the rebound.
Again.
Try it again. 3. 9 for Jeff Braddock.
Listen to this crowd.
Mike Krzyzewski says enough for now. I need to talk to my ball club. So he gets a timeout for the Duke Blue Devils here with 14:42 left in this game. Our score, North Carolina 52, Duke 37. We're back after this word from Butch. Well, they love their Tar Heels here in Chapel Hill, and their Tar Heels have given them plenty to cheer about here today.
And here you see another replay. Michael Jordan, baseline move. He went right by Mahar, laid it up, and I tell you, that's one of 9 field goals that North Carolina has made in 11 attempts in the first half.
Amazing shooting performance by North Carolina. There's Jay Billis getting it up for the second time and getting it down, and he has 9 points in the contest, 63-39. North Carolina. Perkins, Buzz Peterson, Matt Doherty.
Good steal by Duke. Tom Emma up with a good steal.
Emma is going to try for 3. Can't get it. Perkins clears another rebound. Substitutions for both clubs. Warren Martin and Michael Jordan back on for Carolina. Brad Doherty, Matt Doherty sit down. And Duke getting England in the game. England and Emma, the seniors, operating together for the first time in a while for Duke today. They were both on the floor when Duke came back in the first half. Let's see if it'll happen again. Martin, Michael Jordan, who got hammered.
Fred, I don't know if there's anybody in college basketball that's got a quicker first move than Michael Jordan has. He is absolutely devastating on that move. He takes that one long, quick step, and he gets a defensive player back on his heels, and by the time he recovers, Jordan is by him, and he's going up for the layup. Very, very quick.
May have the quickest first move in the game and does not slow down when he gets down to moves 2 through 10. Jordan with 21 points in this game, 1 for 2 on the free throw line, has a couple of three-point goals. 22.
Good quick move right there. See how he gets low on his move too. When he gets around that guy, he really protects the ball well with his body.
Jordan got the second one, getting 23 points on the afternoon. And make it 65-39. North Carolina with 13:57 left in the game. And Larry, I was watching a ball game. I hope they're not thinking so much in terms of Duke's getting blown out as appreciating what North Carolina is doing here today. Chip England. 2 points. He has 7.
Playing a nearly perfect basketball game right now. Just inside, outside, defensively, rebounding. They're doing it all.
Sam Perkins fouled as he got the shot away. David Henderson back in the Duke lineup now. Tom Emma sits down. Jay Billis drew the foul, his third.
North Carolina generated that lead in the first half, basically on about a 10-minute spurge. Then here in the second half, we played a little over 6 minutes left here to go in the second half, and they've just come out and they've been devastating against Duke.
Sam Perkins looking for just his 6th point of the game. Good free thrower, 87%. And misses.
How many times you talk about a guy and what a great free throw shooter is, and he ends up missing one?
Enough so that you almost want to shut up about it. You feel like you've jinxed him when it happens. Sam Perkins will try it again. And gets it. 6 points, Sam Perkins. 13:40 left in this game. 66-41.
Good press by North Carolina. They're up front trying to pick Duke up. They're not letting up. They've got some of their subs in the basketball game right now. They're also trying to earn a starting berth. They'd like to come out and play a little bit. North Carolina, good defensive club.
David Henderson can't get it going offensively for Duke. Here comes Carolina. Michael Jordan. 26 for Michael Jordan.
He can do no wrong.
Is he getting it done? 69-41. Carolina by 28. 3-point try for Dawkins won't drop, and Hale brings it up. Michael Jordan decided to let somebody else go after it for a minute. Perkins will try. Jordan was there for a rebound try, but Warren Martin was all trying to let down in the lane and drew a personal foul. That's 4 fouls on Warren Martin.
Foul's going to be on Martin, but I tell you who made that play was England inside because he got good baseline position and rebounding. Look at him pushing right there. That's not even a fair match with Martin's size up against England.
Tell you what, Michael Jordan's coming out of the game, and I will not be surprised if Dean Smith didn't say to him, hey, Michael, take that shot. Just because you scored some points, don't be afraid to score some. He turned down a pretty good shot. Dawkins. Billis couldn't get the rebound down, but he was fouled. And I think that's going to do it for Warren Martin. If that was Martin, and I believe it was, he's fouled out of the game. North Carolina has outscored Duke 26-9 in the second half of this game.
And he gets a big hand from the very partisan Tar Heel crowd here in Chapel Hill. Dean Smith with a little slap. Warren Martin played a good basketball game. He's got to get out, sit out, and watch the rest of this one.
69-41, North Carolina. Jay Billis gets his 10th point of the game, and he's now 4 for 5 at the free throw line. Bill Jackman, the freshman from Grant, Nebraska, replaces David Henderson, another freshman for Duke. And Billis, a freshman from California, gets the free throw down. He's 5 for 6 on the free throw line, has 11 points today, 69-43, North Carolina. Brad Doherty to Perkins, and he couldn't quite handle it. Now can't save it, and it's out of bounds to Duke.
It was a good pass, too, because if Sam had been able to pick the basketball up, Perkins had a wide-open layup right down the middle.
12 minutes, 28 seconds left in the basketball game. Dawkins tried to feed it inside, and we've got a foul call.
I think it was kicking the basketball. It'll go back to Duke.
Michael Jordan back in the game replaces Buzz Peterson. How about that stat right there, Larry Connor?
Scored in 12 of 14 possessions this half. That's outstanding basketball. When you can do that, you're going to win a lot of basketball games. Steve Hale with a foul right there, and a good trap outside by Hale and Jordan, and they had it set up perfectly. On the other side, They had Matt Doherty in good position to make the steal. The outlet pass was covered well. He just committed the foul.
Well, in the first half, Carolina got Duke down by 23. Duke got back within 11. Now they're down by 26, so they have another run left in them. There's a collision there between Johnny Dawkins and Michael Jordan.
The thing that makes this defense so successful is the fact that when they go out to trap the basketball, as you see right there, you see Hale and Jordan all over the ball. The other three guys, you see Doherty right there and Perkins, they're all in the background trying to find out where the open men are. They can see them. They stay back there, and then when they see the pressure come real hard on that guy who's got the basketball, they make their move to the open men. It's an outstanding defense.
Johnny Dawkins with his 5th point of the day. He's been averaging 18. He leads the Blue Devils in scoring, but the Carolina defense has really shut him down here today. That one won't go. Bullis saves it. Takes it in strongly. Oh, and he's blocked by Perkins, and a foul call on Sam Perkins, who doesn't like it at all. 3rd foul on Perkins. He doesn't like the call.
That's the end of the move by Jay Billis. It looked like a nice block that time by Sam Perkins, but the official felt he got his arm.
Down here it is again.
Watch Perkins get up right there. That one was hard to see. You had the bar of the backboard in the way.
69-45 as Billis was 1 for 2 in that free throw sequence. Carolina leading by 24. 12 minutes left in the game, and a foul goes against Jay Billis. His 4th. Mike Krzyzewski's going to substitute here. Kenny Mahar coming on, replacing the freshman Jay Billis, who just picked up his 4th foul, and that puts Sam Perkins on the free throw line for Carolina. He has a half dozen points in this game.
1-1.
Quite a coaching job by Mike Krzyzewski to nurse this young ball club through the season. They're going to be highs and lows, Larry.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. And when you got freshmen playing out here, just like we see in this basketball game, you know, there was a period there where they played outstanding basketball. They were almost brilliant right toward the end of the first half. At the beginning of the second half, North Carolina came out, and it's just been totally devastating.
And it's not so much what Duke has done wrong, it's what North Carolina's done right here today.
Watch his ball movement. Watch him turn. Watch him screen.
Matt Doherty. And a foul called against Chip Ingram of Duke. His 2nd.
Duke stays with their man-to-man defense, and North Carolina continues to move with their basketball. Watch the open shot right there. Wide open. Here's Jordan inside for the rebound. Foul call on England.
And a little bit of a case of Matt Doherty not quite spotted up right as you look at the scoreboard here with 11:48 left. Carolina leading by 24. I'm sure that Dean Smith right there would have wanted Matt Doherty to spot up with both feet behind that 3-point line. He had 1 foot in front, and it would have been a 2-point goal instead of a 3. And I'm sure he thought he was behind the line.
One more time.
28 for Michael Jordan. He is slam dunking everything at Chapel Hill right now. And Duke has turned it over. They palmed the basketball.
North Carolina's playing almost a perfect second half so far. Their shooting has been outstanding. They're moving the basketball on offense. Duke stays with that man-to-man defense as that motion offense starts it up in the gears, and they move down, they down screen. Watch them right here. Watch all 5 players in motion. Good post up by Perkins.
Brad Doherty is knocked loose in the lane. Picked up by Chip England for Duke with 11:17 left in the game. Johnny Dawkins. Goes to Allery. He's fouled. Brad Doherty and Sam Perkins were there.
Watch Dawkins right here. Good pass inside to Allery. Gets up. Blocked by Perkins right there. No, it's a foul. Watch it from another angle right here on the floor. Allery with a good move inside, but he just went up against a taller Sam Perkins.
Brad Doherty charged with his 4th foul. Now leaves the game. Michael Jordan has equaled his career high with 28 points for Carolina here today, and he has 11:10 left with which to exceed it. Mark Allery. First miss for Mark Allery. He had hit 6 free throws in a row. He has 14 points.
This young man's had a nice afternoon. He's played very well for the Duke Blue Devils.
Yes, he has. 15 points now for Alarie, 71-46. North Carolina by 25. Maryland beat Notre Dame 68-67. Virginia beat Clemson today. Wake Forest beat NC State. Hale a little off balance. Gets it. Oh! Michael Jordan.
He's everywhere.
What a rebound. He has 30, and that is the career high. And what a move he made to get it. Did he go up and get it, or was he on his way down from the ceiling when he picked it up?
Looks like a foul on Perkins inside here. He tried to establish defensive position, couldn't get there in time.
That's 4 fouls on Sam Perkins. What an electrifying move by Michael Jordan back at the other end of the floor. You look at Perkins, who just committed his 4th foul. He's going to take a breather. Brad Daugherty, here it is.
Watch this rebound. He's in the far back part of your screen right there. He comes from nowhere, grabs it, looks up, and throws it in.
Oh.
Great move.
Is that pretty? You could sit and watch that all afternoon. Phyllis, or rather, Alarie again on the free throw line.
Fred, you just have to say Michael Jordan probably is the ideal second guard as we look at Sam Perkins sitting on the bench with his 4th personal foul. But Michael Jordan is. He's got size, he's got speed, he's got quickness. I tell you what, when they drew the blueprint up for the best second guard, they probably just took him out and just made a replication of it.
Might also be the ideal small forward if that's where they choose to play. 73-48. 10-33. Hey, well, I'll bet you could go in and play the post if you wanted to. Now we've got a foul called over on the wing.
Foul is called on David Henderson.
David Henderson. His first foul. 10:29 left in this game.
Looks like Matt Daugherty and Henderson were both going at it about the free throw line, and Henderson was the one that was caught.
Matt Daugherty has 4 points today. His average is 11. Free throw good. 5 points, Matt Daugherty. 77% free throw. In fact, both these teams good free throw shooting teams, Larry. Carolina's a team shoots 72% at the line. Duke 71. Those are good team percentages. And Alarie spares a missed free throw right there. Up comes Duke, down by 26.
You look at Braddock out there, good pressure on the basketball. North Carolina doesn't quit doing the things that make them a good basketball team.
David Henderson misses. Buzz Peterson. Interception. Henderson. Against Peterson. No basket. Did not go down as Peterson drew the foul, his second.
Foul is on Peterson.
And David Henderson is the one who makes the steal. Young man from Manson, North Carolina, with a good steal here. You see Peterson trying to catch up with the basketball. Henderson all the way up in the air. He's a little late in arriving.
David Henderson looking for just his 3rd point of the day. He's averaging 10. Larry, this young man really has a work ethic. You know, when he was in high school, he drove the school bus. Went to a small school. Free throw, good. 4 points, David Henderson. 10 minutes, 4 seconds left in this game.
Well, the story of this game right here has been Michael Jordan so far. He's just had an outstanding basketball game.
Jim Braddock, Matt Daugherty out of the circle. Matt Daugherty has 7. 76-50, 26-point lead for North Carolina with 9:45 left in the game.
And North Carolina in somewhat of a 2-1-2 now. You see Daugherty in the middle right there. Jordan on the wing, Braddock out front.
Alarie, quick turnaround jumper, won't drop. He's got it back, and he walked with the ball. Oh, he looked to see where Daugherty was and blocked. He had the shot and lost it.
I think the thing that he found surprising was the fact he turned around and nobody was there, and I think it kind of shocked him.
Well, where is everyone? 76-50, North Carolina with the basketball and a 26-point lead. 9:24 left in the game.
Watch the screening, watch the movement by North Carolina. They hit the open man, they look for the guy posting up, down screens inside. You see Daugherty coming across, there he receives the ball. Watch him turn and look. Just good motion offense.
Matt Daugherty in and out. Brad Daugherty gets it back up and in. You know what, Larry? Here's a team ahead now by 28 points, and how about the movement away from the ball? They are still working hard.
Well, it's just a good motion offense. It's a good, disciplined motion offense. They look for the guys. They try to find the open man. It's good team basketball as preached by Dean Smith.
Alarie gets it back up and in.
Alarie.
If
there's Jordan on one end, you got to be happy. A bright spot on Duke's end is Allery. He's had a good basketball game.
19 points for Mark Allery. Down low it goes. Matt Doherty again. Out Michael Jordan. A little short with that try. Look at him get it back with that quickness. Good feed to Brad Doherty. And he's fouled. Michael Jordan came from behind the man to come up with the ball.
Watch this, folks. He misses a shot. Maybe he just did it for us so he can show what he can do passing. Comes in, goes up. Now I'm going to deal this one off. Good pass to the other side. Doherty is fouled. He'll go to the line. Freddie does a little bit of everything. He gives you a good look at, there he is sitting on the bench. He gives you a good look at all facets of his game. He can shoot, he can pass, he can rebound. He's just done it all for North Carolina. Boy, it's going to be great to see him play in this league for 2 more years after this year.
6'6" sophomore from Wilmington, North Carolina, Brad Doherty. Gets the free throw. He has 13 points here today. He's a 6'11" freshman from Black Mountain, North Carolina. And it is 80-52 North Carolina.
Cecil Exum in for Brad Doherty.
Cecil Exum now will replace Brad Doherty. Exum, a 6'6" junior from Dudley, North Carolina. Field goal percentage is looking. Carolina in the second half. They were 60% at intermissions, shooting 72% in the second half.
That's the story of the basketball game right there, is the fact that Duke has shot so poorly. Of course, a lot of that, the contribution of that poor shooting has got to come as a result of North Carolina's defense. They've done a good job of changing defenses and forcing Duke into some bad shots. But on the other hand, North Carolina has just shot the ball outstanding today.
John Brownlee committed the foul. Danny Mahar on the free throw line for Duke. In and out and in again. Mahar has 3 points. He's a 61% shooter. On the line, 6'7" out of St. Catharines, Ontario, Dennis Morris High School. Mahar hits them both. He has 4.
Look at Braddock push the ball up the floor against Dawkins. Takes it right in the middle.
In and out. Mahar clears the rebound to Dawkins. Tom Emma. Dawkins. Against Braddock.
North Carolina in a man-to-man defense now. No help, just straight up man-to-man.
Emma shut off by Peterson. Dawkins banks it in from way out front. Not exactly the way you draw it, but it's 2 points and they'll take it.
Really don't think he planned that shot to go off the glass.
Cecil Exum. And a foul call down in the lane. And this one's going to go against Duke. 3 substitutions for Carolina. Michael Jordan, Brad Doherty, Sam Perkins replaced John Brownlee.
Fred, the foul was on Jay Billis inside.
That's going to do it for Jay Billis. He'll sit down with 5 fouls on the afternoon. He scored a dozen points. And the 6'8" freshman from Rolling Hills Estates, California will sit down. And here comes Mark Allery back on the floor for Duke, another freshman. He's 6'8" from Scottsdale, Arizona.
Back in for Duke.
Duke hasn't had anything from David Henderson or Johnny Dawkins offensively today. There's Billis, who just fouled out.
And I think that's the problem they faced here in the second half. They really haven't had the opportunity to try to get the basketball to those 2 guys. And when they did get it to them, they just haven't been able to get the shots to fall for them.
8 points now for Matt Doherty. He's 2 for 4 at the free throw line today. Making 3 for 5. Give him 9 points. We have the timeout taken here in Chapel Hill. We have 7 minutes, 48 seconds left in this basketball game. Our score now, Carolina 82, Duke 57. This is the Raycom Jefferson Productions Sports Network.
Now, but
In Chapel Hill, North Carolina, the ACC standings. North Carolina is going to go to 4-0 after today. Wake Forest off to an outstanding start at 5-0. Virginia at 5-1.
They really are. Dean Smith talked about at the beginning of the season, the 2 clubs were the hardest hit by graduation were North Carolina and Wake Forest, and they're both on top in their league.
And North Carolina State, of course, losing Derek Wittenberg after getting off to a good preseason. Tom Emma got an air ball, and reverse by Allery is good. No, it's Bill Jackman. Bill Jackman gets his first 2 points of the day. Youngster from Grant, Nebraska, another freshman for Duke.
2 very young basketball teams out here, Fred. I'll tell you what, we're going to see these guys playing for a long, long time.
Brad Doherty lobs to Perkins, and it's going to count. Perkins is fouled. How about that lob pass from your 6'11" guy?
Let's watch it one more time. You see right here. Here's the lob inside. Perkins grabs it away from 2 Duke players. Goes up very, very strong. There's the foul inside. He gets the basket.
You know what? That's not an easy pass to throw.
No, it isn't. And particularly when you got two other guys standing inside with Perkins. But you got the leaping ability of a Sam Perkins or a Michael Jordan. It makes it an awful lot easier.
Perkins, free throw, good. 9 points for Sam Perkins. 85-59, Carolina. 7 minutes, 14 seconds left in this basketball game.
And North Carolina continues to assert their pressure. They come out. Here's a steal. Good double team out front. They stole the ball. Let's see if they can get a basket. Oh, what a move.
It was Michael Jordan that got the shot at the end. And good defense by Duke. Johnny Dawkins right back.
Dawkins got 3.
Johnny Dawkins now has 10 points. 85-62, Carolina.
Duke staying with their man-to-man defense. You see them down screening, trying to find the opening.
Got a foul in the lane.
That's one thing North Carolina does very well, Fred. They get the basketball, and they initiate their offense. And once they get it in gear, they find the screens down, and they really utilize those screens. As you look at Mike Krzyzewski, I know he's frustrated by the way his club has played today, but North Carolina probably could have beaten anybody in the country the way they've played.
And when do you ever see him not getting back on defense, getting beat? Brad Doherty gets the free throw down. He has 15 points. 6'11" freshman from Black Mountain, North Carolina. It says he's really 7 feet tall. They list him 6'11". Pretty good shooting action.
Michael Jordan's had such an outstanding day today. I wonder if he's beginning to get a little tired, Fred.
Well, there is that possibility. He's at 30 points right now. He's been very active at both ends of the floor. Johnny Dawkins.
Good feed.
Allery. Good shot by Mark Allery.
Dawkins got up in the air that time, and he was a little too far out to shoot the basketball, and he found Allery rolling down inside toward the paint. Allery got a nice soft jump shot.
Allery has 21 points now. 6:15 left in this game. Brad Doherty.
There's an NCAA record number of stuffs in a game.
18 for Doherty. I tell you, Carolina stuffed everything in Chapel Hill here today. 5:58 left in the game. Allery shot won't drop. Michael Jordan pushing it up. Yeah.
Nice made him every way you could possibly make him today. I don't think there's a spot on the floor on the offensive end. He hasn't had some form of shot.
He has 32. Again, it's a career high for Michael Jordan. Mahar has the ball knocked loose. Here comes Braddock. He's got Jordan up there. Braddock's going to take it. He's fouled by Johnny Dawkins.
John Brownlee in for Carolina. Greg Wynn. Chip England in for Duke.
Chip England and Greg Wynn in the game now for Duke.
Johnny Dawkins.
Jimmy Braddock right here with a good move inside. He saw the Duke player trailing the play right there. That's why he didn't make the pass to Jordan. He took it on in himself, and Dawkins commits the foul.
That roar you hear in the background is for Michael Jordan as he takes a seat on the Carolina bench with 32 points. There's Dawkins, who committed his 4th personal foul. Jim Braddock on the free throw line. He has 10 points today. Outstanding free throw shooter at 81% on the season. 92-64. North Carolina with 5:32 left in the game. What a day for this young man, Michael Jordan. Braddock has 11 points. 93-64. North Carolina by 29. 5:27 left in the game. England. Mahar.
One go down for Duke.
Comes Carolina. Matt Doherty. This pass blocked by Johnny Dawkins as he tried to hit Perkins. Matt Doherty did a nice job of picking up a loose ball on a spin.
I'll tell you what, this just shows good athletic ability. You see Dean Smith right there off the bench. His club's up 93-64. They're 29 points up. But that doesn't mean you quit doing the things that fundamentally make you a good basketball team. Here's a steal by Duke.
Danny Mahar.
Oh, what a stop.
Danny Mahar out of St. Catharines, Ontario, gave him a reverse dunk. He has 6.
The Chapel Hill fans give him a hand. They say, hey, that's a pretty good move.
Well, now they're only down by 27. I guess a little frustration. He just wanted to show him a little something. Got a blocking foul at the other end of the court on Greg Went, his first foul.
Watch it again. Sam Perkins initiates the offense up top. Good pass, good move. There he is. Went commits the foul just as the move is made to the basket.
Mike Krzyzewski.
Steve
It's a
Hale.
long, tough day in Chapel Hill, but I'll tell you what, there will be better days ahead for Mike McCutcheon and this young and talented Duke ball club.
Buzz
Here's
Peterson.
Ruddock sitting down, Buzz Peterson in.
Yeah, Fred, I've got to think that this Duke basketball team goes on and becomes a good basketball team in the future. They're going to think back to this game. They're going to think back to this devastating blowout that they had happened to them in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and this date. They're going to remember it.
Well, hard to forget something like this. If you're an athlete, these guys are. If you have pride, they do. Free throw good. 13 points for Jim Braddock. 95-66. Carolina. 4:43 to play.
Now North Carolina, a little bit of a 1-3-1. You see Hale out front talking the basketball right there. Good pass inside.
Mark Allery. 23 points for Allery here today. Sam Perkins.
Again, Perkins out front. He initiates the offense, then heads underneath. Good way to start it because Perkins can't handle the ball.
Brad Doherty off a Matt Doherty feed misses. Chip England moves it up. Johnny Dawkins, bang! 3 points for Johnny Dawkins. He has 13. And Carolina with more substitutions here. Cecil Exum's on the floor. John Brownlee's on the floor. Warren Martin's on the floor. Matt Doherty sits down. Brad Doherty sits down. Sam Perkins sits down with 4:07 left to play. 95-71 Carolina. Now the crowd can root for 100. Steve Hale. The Tar Heels averaging 79 points a game.
Official timeout.
We have a timeout taken here. It comes with 3 minutes 50 seconds left in this basketball game in Chapel Hill. And our score with timeout taken is North Carolina 95, Duke 71, and we'll be back right after this.
Let's settle in here, all right?
Fred White, Larry Conley in Chapel Hill, where Carolina leads Duke 95-71. Cecil Exum. Everybody gets some today. Cecil Exum with 2 points. 97-71 Carolina with 3:42 to play.
And North Carolina continues to build that lead. They've scored 101 and 99 and whatever they're going to score here in this basketball game. They're averaging right at 100 points for the last 3 games, Fred.
That's getting it done. Chip England, Johnny Dawkins shoots for 3. Too strong with it. Cecil Exum clears the rebound for Carolina to Steve Hale with 3:23 left in the game. Hale. Buzz Peterson. John Brownlee. Timo Mäkinen now in the game for North Carolina. The ball belongs to the Tar Heels. There's their season high, 106 against Pan American.
And they got 101 against Virginia, which is a little bit better basketball team.
Yes. The struggle for Lon Kruger and his Pan American team. Shot good. Peterson. They may it was 171.
Or they may exceed their season's high, 106 of today's game.
171 Carolina. England after. Again?
No, short.
Peterson misses that time as a three-point try. Now Dawkins. England for 3. Short with it. Has his own rebound. Off balance. Throws it up. In and out. There's the rebound. Gets a standing O.
They love it here when you do everything. Rebound, shoot, whatever.
Brownlee, pump fake. I think he walked to the ball. He did. It goes back to Newt with 2:20 left in the game.
3 seconds.
North Carolina has simply done it. Look at the shooting percentages here today. North Carolina 61%, Duke 35. Doesn't say it all, but it says a whole lot of it, doesn't it? England off balance, nails it.
Nice shot.
Chip England has 11.
Got it right in the face that time. Cecil Exum was right in his face, and he still got it down.
176 Carolina, still 2 minutes, 3 seconds to play.
Lighten up, lighten up.
Peterson, hear the official saying lighten up in there. Exum almost lost it, saves it, got Mäkinen inside, he's fouled.
Fred, as as well as North Carolina has played today, and as poorly as Duke has shot the basketball, you still cannot feel that Duke is going to end up having a real bad year this year, because these freshmen are going to continue to get better. North Carolina, on the other hand, continuing their Atlantic Coast Conference play, they again will be undefeated going into next week's schedule. They really are playing about as well as anybody in the country. We've said it a couple of times today, but it bears repeating. They're really a good basketball team and a different looking club than what they were last year.
Mark Ellery sat down with 23 points for Duke. Mike Krzyzewski unloaded his bench. Todd Anderson's in the ball game now. A lot of new players out there. That was Baldwin Williams who lost the ball. Picked up by Wentz. By Timo Makinen. Another standing ovation. This crowd loves Makinen and Warren Martin whenever they get in a game.
Timo Makinen at the end of here is going to block the shot. And he does. He gets a standing O. The crowd comes up.
Now the ball is out of bounds to Duke with a minute. Or rather to Carolina with a minute 28 left in the game. 176, North Carolina. There's the situation in Chapel Hill. What a day for the Tar Heels. They are going to go to 14-3, 4-0 in the ACC. They will win their 11th straight. Duke will go to 7-8, 1-3 in the ACC. Hale. The next time they play, it'll come under the heading of "What have you done for me lately?"
It'll be a different basketball game when they go to Durham.
Todd Anderson. Shot's good. Todd Anderson picks up 2 points. A 6'9 sophomore from Golden Valley, Minnesota. 178, North Carolina.
We got less than a minute to play, and North Carolina is standing up. They're cheering, and they're singing. They know they've got a victory in the bag here, and they played well today. They deserve to sing.
There's Michael Jordan standing on the sideline. Established a career high with 32 points here today, and did it in electrifying fashion. Look at that, 7 rebounds and 5 assists.
He had 32 points there. He had 7 rebounds and 5 assists to go with that great scoring day. And his scoring came from all over. It wasn't just inside. He utilized all of his talents. He showed it outside. He showed a lot of stuffs today. I don't know how many he had. I think we counted 4.
C selection makes it 101 for North Carolina. Now 102. C selection has 4 points. 102-78 Tar Heels. 49 seconds left in the game. England. Turnaround jumper by Anderson. Won't go. Off the heel. Went. Turnaround shot is good. Greg Went gets it down. And it's 102-80. Buzz Peterson lost it. Picked up by England. They're 3-on-1.
Nice play. Good pass by England. Did it right to the defense, made him commit, and dished it off. Good play.
Jay Bryan gets the 2 points. And now Makinen is fouled on the inbounds pass with 27 seconds left in the game. 102-82. The crowd looking on, enjoying it with 27 seconds left to play. They are celebrating now in Chapel Hill.
Well, I guess Duke will go another year without winning here in Chapel Hill. It's been 1966, Fred. That was the last time they won here in Chapel Hill.
Not many folks do win here. Makinen. Lonnie Finley. Listen to the ovation, boy, but look at Sam Perkins.
Somebody's holding a sign up here. Look at Sam Perkins. He was clapping, too. Somebody behind Sam's holding up a sign that says, Timo, Timo.
Out of Lonnie Finley, and they love it. 103-82. Tell you what, they don't really love their basketball, Larry. I'm going to give this crowd credit. They know their basketball and their people here in Chapel Hill. This crowd really gets into the game here. Long drive by Went, long drop. Greg Went's 3-point attempt wouldn't go. That's a little more than 3 feet. And here comes Hale. He's fouled by Chip England. With 12 seconds left in the game, it's 103-82 North Carolina. And Buzz Peterson will be on the free throw line. Boy, it's been a long day on the Duke bench for Mike Krzyzewski, his coaching staff, and his players, but said it before, we'll say it again. There will be other days. Steve Hale will be on the free throw line. Strong with the try. Brownlee, turnaround attempt, won't drop. England gets the rebound up in a hurry with 7 seconds left in the game. England tries for 3, comes up short. Peterson for North Carolina, lets it fly. Lincoln Court probably go. Nope. Everything else had gone today for North Carolina, but that one wouldn't. And North Carolina defeats Duke 103-82 here in Chapel Hill this afternoon. Again, North Carolina now 14-3, their 11th win in a row. They're 4-0 in the ACC. Duke is 7-8, 1-3 in conference play. And Larry Conley, I'll say it again, what a tremendous performance by North Carolina here today. Hope you enjoyed it. That's the end of the game in Carmichael, where the final score again was Carolina 103, Duke 82. We'll be